Let's waste no time, man. Let's get into this first topic here, and really excited about this. Josh Jacobs, obviously, is kind of the theme of the show tonight, the title, if you will. Josh Jacobs, it sounds like he's 100% healthy, man. I'm excited to see what this offense can be with Josh Jacobs back on the football field. This tweet came out from Rob Domofsky as he said, Josh Jacobs, quoting Josh Jacobs, quote, "This is the best I've felt in 6 weeks. The Packers running back has been dealing with a swollen and stiff knee." Calm down, Jacob. First time he's been off the injury report since mid-November. So to me, this is absolutely huge, guys. And if you'll remember when we played the Bears last time, he had 3 explosive, not last time, but the time before, right? What was it, week 14 or whenever it was when we played him the first time?
Yeah.
He had 3 explosive plays. Here are those plays. And you'll notice 12 personnel here, kind of a balanced look, right? Little B-gap run. Look at Belton getting out there, boys, getting after it, right? Look at our boy. Josh Jacobs picking up over 10 yards there. An explosive run, by the way, guys, is a run of 10 yards or more, right? Here he is again, another 12 look. Probably going to see a lot of that little pin and pull action. Josh Jacobs for about 12 there, if I remember correctly. And then this was the fun one. This is the one that our boy Tom Brady lost his mind over, if you'll remember, the little toss play. And you see Josh Jacobs is ham dead. 4 defenders all over him. And Josh Jacobs is like, hold up. Get out of here. Right? Makes him
Josh Wiley going to work there, though. Love it.
Yeah.
81. We'll take that.
And I thought he was going to give him the old Tyrann Mathieu baby stiff arm here and send him into oblivion. But unfortunately, the defender did wrap up there. But again, those were the 3 explosive plays from the Bears game. Let's go around the horn with it real quick. We'll start with you, Tim. How do y'all feel about Josh Jacobs finally being healthy here as we go into the most important game of the season?
I'm just as excited, if not more excited, as I am that Jordan Love's going to play football again after a long time. This is huge for our offense, both in the run and the pass game. Josh, we're due for a hell of a game from Josh Jacobs. And if he's saying he's, feeling the best that he's felt, in the last 6 weeks or so, I'm going to go with that because, like you said, we're trying to be 1-0, leave it all on the field on Saturday night at Soldier Field. And I'm just glad Josh is going to be all systems go here. Hopefully, he's not on a snap count. I would anticipate we probably lean on him a little bit in that run game on Saturday night.
Yeah, and Emilio, as Stephanie says here, Jacobs said everyone took that hit on Jordan Love personally, where obviously he, they led with the crown of the helmet, ended up getting fined, ended up getting penalized for it. Josh Jacobs is kind of that dude in the locker room, and he's definitely a leader on this team. How do you feel about Jacobs being healthy? And maybe you disagree. Maybe you don't think he's going to be 100% healthy. I don't know. To me, I don't think anybody's 100% healthy this time of year, but boy, he's as close to it as he's been all year, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And to Stephanie's point, I definitely was that guy that if my guy got ear hold, somebody was, going to get their bell rung on the other side of the team. So that's I'm 100% with that. But yeah, to Jacob's point, to Josh there, he's been talking about it. The only thing that's going to really help that knee is if he gets off it, is if he actually can rest the thing. And when were we going to have the bye week when we had our bye week so early in the season? He said the only thing that's going to help this thing is if I can rest it. I'm super happy for him. I mean, a month and a half, the best that he's felt. That's amazing. He is the engine to this offense, especially with Tucker Kraft gone. To get the passing game opened up, we got to get Josh going. We got to get this run game going. For however bad it's been all season, running, pass blocking, whatever, it does not matter. These next 60 minutes, play like you got 75 minutes and give me a full 60. I'm ready.
Jacob, what do you think, man? How you feel about Josh Jacobs? You think he's good to go?
I think he is as good as we can ask him to be at this time of the year. Like you said, everybody in the NFL is going to be pretty banged up if you've had any substantial playing time whatsoever. Just love the way that Josh Jacobs has handled himself this year. At the end of last year when we had that heartbreaking, end of the season, him, Tucker, and a few others just said, all right, we're going to be the type of leaders that are going to take this team into the next year, and we're going to have a certain type of expectation that we need to meet. And him playing throughout almost every week, it felt like the guy was banged up. Even if he didn't admit it, he'd go on and talk about how him and Matt even maybe butted heads a little bit with how much playing time he should have. We could make arguments back and forth about what would have happened if he didn't play in this game or did play a little less here and there. Bottom line is that he has now been rested and he feels himself that he's healthy. If he's going to say that, I believe him. And I think that to your guys' point, where maybe we'll even lean on him more than we usually would on a certain type of game. It just feels like it could be that type of atmosphere. I know that I listened to Ryan's pod this morning. They talked about how there's a decent possibility of being a pretty epic snowstorm going on during this game. I mean, that would be even more epic to see if we could put the game on his back, dude, and just kind of run right over that Bears defensive line.
I agree wholeheartedly. Regardless of what the weather looks like, I think we need Josh to have a big game to beat the Bears. You know, we have to have a run game against this team. They got a good front. I think the better performance that Josh has, the better off our offense is going to be on Saturday.
And as Deadfish pointed out, that Austin Booker hit that he put on Jordan Love, as well as I don't know if it was the same play or not. It might have been a separate play, but he was fined twice, right, for a hit on the quarterback and then landing with full body weight, and another for the helmet-to-helmet hit on Jordan Love. I don't know if those are the same one or separate plays. I imagine it's separate plays, but both of them got him a $5,818 fine each. So obviously a little over 10 grand there. That he had to actually over 11 grand that he had to shell out. So again, for the Bears fans that said it wasn't a dirty hit, okay. Is the second one dirty then? Are they both just clean as a whistle and he got fined for it and penalized for one? Is that what's going on?
Was that first one the one where Jordan scrambled out of bounds and dude like slammed his head on the turf after the play was over?
No, that was in the Denver game.
Oh, that was
the Denver game. They did not get penalized.
Same idea. Same idea, Tim. I need to see.
But it's okay. They got fined $5,000, you know?
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
I want to see somebody get shoved around out there a little bit after something like that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Chris the Casual says, Clayton, how do you feel about the offensive line not responding to Love's cheap shots, plural? I don't – who's the veteran on that line? You know, that's what you got to ask yourself. If Elton Jenkins had been out there, Elton's that dude. He's the enforcer in that line. Yeah. He has been for years. So who is it? Would it be Rashid? I mean, Rashid might go out there and hump somebody. I don't know.
Zach Tom maybe, but Zach Tom wasn't out there, right?
Right, exactly. So it's like it's different when the offensive line's banged up, right? And you've got a bunch of younger guys in there and everybody's just kind of focusing on their role, you know? And here's the other thing. We know, Chris, even though everybody here talking is like, yeah, somebody needs to retaliate there. We know damn well the second that one of them retaliated, this fan base would be like, my God, Matt LaFleur can't control his players. You know what I mean? Like that would have been a conversation too. So with that being said, it's if they had responded, I would have been okay with it personally. But the fact that they didn't, I get it too. I get it, you know, because again, your offensive line's completely banged up. You're finally getting Zach Tom back, which I think will play a big role in how effective Josh Jacobs is going to be here too. I did a show earlier today where I broke down a tweet from Jacob Morley, and it's wild how much the offense's overall PFF grade jumps when Zach Tom is on the field. And the record as well. I think they're 8-2 with Zach Tom on the field this year and 1-5-1 without him, if I remember correctly. So pretty wild statistic there.
I feel where Chris is coming from there, though, with that sentiment, right?
Oh yeah.
You'd like to see the piss a little hotter when QB1's getting drilled like that. But then again, you can't run the risk of picking up your own 15-yard personal foul, and now we've got a penalty set offset, and now we don't even get the benefit of the new set of downs in the yardage. So you gotta keep your head out there.
Yeah, definitely. Josh Martin with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. He says the Bears can't even sell out a home playoff game. I don't know if you guys seen that. I put a screenshot out there where a bunch of Bears fans are selling their tickets on Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
And just said, man, they can't even sell out their, a home playoff game. And of course, the Bears fans, they ain't got two brain cells to rub together. Like, it's sold out, idiot. These are scalped. No blank. Your fans are selling their playoff tickets to try to make money off of it. I'm sorry. That's not
playoffs.
Exactly, Coach. Exactly. So thank you for the super, Josh. Appreciate you, man. Just a couple other stats here for you guys. I thought this was really interesting. In a year where Josh Jacobs has been battling his ass off to stay on the football field with that swollen knee, right? So PFF rank, he's got an 86.1 this year. And what I did was I filtered everything down to, all right, how many running backs have 200-plus carries on the year? Right? There's only 21 running backs in the National Football League who's carried the ball over 200 times. Of those 21, Josh Jacobs ranks fourth best according to PFF's offensive grade at 86.1. And I'm more impressed with the fact that he's carried the ball over 200 times, seeing that the last however many weeks, 6 weeks, his knee's been blimped up on him. It's just again, it's a testament to his toughness and what this team means to Josh, and really what Josh means to the team. So I thought that was a really, really cool statistic there. Anything else you guys want to hit on Josh Jacobs? Any other thoughts on this?
Yeah, you see those PFF grades, right? I mean, that's a really good sample size with the rushing attempts, and maybe not quite at 1,000 yards, but certainly grading really high into the 80s where you want a back to be grading out for sure.
Still averaging 4 yards a carry, even though we would all agree the offensive line, the run blocking on the offensive line has been pretty cheeks this year, right?
Yep.
Especially with the injuries too. That definitely doesn't help. So
give him a little bit of blocking, he's over 1,000 easy.
Absolutely. There you go. So again, Josh Jacobs is as close to fully healthy as he's been all year. If you guys are watching this video back later, let me know in the comments. How do you feel about Josh Jacobs? How many carries you think he'll get? What do you think the workload will look like? Do you think he's going to come out with the piss hot? Let us know in the comments how you feel about Josh Jacobs being healthy. And make sure you hit like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you know when we go live in